Hi guys, today we've reached the last part of Surd, which is equality of Surds. So I'm going to solve only one question on it. And this part of Surd is the one that Waec loved the most because this is a solid 12 mark question like this. This 11 minus 406. Most of you might think that is something simple and won't take time, but it's going to. So let's just move straight into the solving. 11 minus 406. They said we should find the square root of it. So introduce the square root sign they told you. This is it here. So the how I got this root p minus root q. Whenever they say that you should look for the square root of a particular solved question like this, you introduce two constants p and q, taking root sign also. So the sign that is here, which is minus, is to determine what will be in between them. If it was plus, it will also be plus. But because it's minus in the question, that's why I wrote minus here. So from here now, and I took the square of both sides to cancel out this square root sign here. So that will be square of this. The square sign I'll cancel this. And I took the square of this one to root p minus q all squared. So it now remains 11 minus 4 root 6 equals to square of this means this thing in two places. That's root p minus root q into root p minus root q. So I now took this part to solve it first. I'm not saying that I've cancelled out this one, but I want to solve this part first, which is root p minus root q into root p minus root q. So that will give us root p by root p. I told you that when they are the same thing under the sign, root sign, they will give you the answer back as p. So root p by root p is p. So root p by minus root q is minus root pq. Minus root q by root p is minus root pq. Minus root q by minus root q is plus. Because they are the same thing, that's q. So take the ones without root sign together. That will be p plus q. Then minus 1 minus 1. That will be minus 2 root pq. So now from here, I brought back the 11 minus 4 root 6 I left here. I brought it back here. And I've expanded this thing here. I've gotten the simplified form of it. That's p plus q minus 2 root pq. So replace this thing by the simplified form of it. So from here now, equate the ones without root sign together, which is 11 and p plus q. They don't have root sign, so equate them to each other. So that's why I got 11 equals to p plus q, my equation 1. Equation 2 is now the one with root sign, equate them together. Minus 4 root 6 is equals to minus 2 root pq. This is it. That's equation 2. But I can't leave my equation 2 like this. So I simplify further. I divided both sides by minus 2 here. So minus 2 in minus 4 is 2. This minus 2 cancelled out here. So it remains 2 root 6. This is it. And my root pq. So from here now, I now took the square of both sides to eliminate the root sign on top of this pq. The square will also affect these 2 root 6. So the square now cancelled the root sign that was here. So it now remains pq here. But here, it means double of these 2 root 6. I should multiply each other. So that will be 2 root 6 by 2 root 6. So from here, it now be 2 by 2, 4. Root 6 by root 6 is 6. It's now equals to pq. So 4 by 6 is now pq. So 24 is equals to pq. That's now my final equation 2. So now bring the two equations together. The first one that I derived was 11 equals to p plus q. Equation 1. Let's write it more formally. Let's bring the constants here. That will be p plus q is equals to 11. But we can use this. I'm sorry about that. Let's just use this one like that. That's our equation 1. And equation 2 is the one I got here. Pq is equals to 24. I exchange where they were. Equation 2. So now, from 1, which is 11 equals to p plus q, let's make Q the subject. We want Q to stand alone. So P will come here. That will be 11 minus P equals to Q. Sorry. That's equation 3. Now I brought the P here. It became minus and it's remained Q here. So since we've known our Q, place the value of your Q in equation 2. So that will be in 2, which is, where is our 2? PQ equals to 24. PQ equals to 24. We've now known our Q here from theory. He said 11 minus P is equals to Q. So therefore, Q is equals to 11 minus P. So replace the value of, put theory inside in 2, which is PQ equals to 24. And our theory means that our value of Q, we've gotten it as 11 minus P. So that will be, we've known our Q, P into, replace it with the new value of Q, 11 minus P is equals to 24. Simplify it, that will be P times 11 is what? 11P minus P squared is equals to 24. P squared, the one with the highest power must not have negative sign. So we'll bring everything here to where 24 is. So if P is coming here, that will be P squared. If 11P is coming here, that will be minus 11P. We didn't move 24 at all, so it's to see carry a sign plus 24. It's now be equals to 0. So which two numbers will we multiply? That will give us plus 24. And when we subtract them, when we add them, sorry, it will give us minus 11. Those two numbers are minus 8 and minus 3. Those two numbers are minus 8 and minus 3. Because if we multiply minus 8 by minus 3, we'll get 24. And if we add them to, we'll get minus 11. So put them in. So there's a shortcut that my teacher usually teach me in school. When you've known the two values that will give you these two, just change the sign. And if this P squared has a coefficient, you just divide them by the coefficients. But since we've known the two numbers, minus 8 and minus 3, so therefore our P will now be 8 and 3. We just change the sign to plus. So now from here, put value of P in, sorry, this should be equation 4, in 4. So Q is equal to 11 minus P. We've known the value of Q. So for the first one, 4, P equals to 8 and 4, P equals to 3. Q is equal to 11 minus, our P is what? 8. Q equals to 11 minus 3. So Q is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 8 here. So therefore, Q is equal to 3 and 8. Or you can say or 8. So now the root, therefore, the root of 11 minus 4 root 6 now be equals to the first value of P and the first value of Q. Pick them together. That will be root P minus root Q. And for this one, root P minus root Q. So our first root P is what? 8. Our second root Q here, our first root Q here, sorry, is root 3 too. And our second root P here is 3. And second root Q here is 8. So simplify, that will be root 8 is 2 root 2. I don't need to explain it because I've explained in our last video how we simplify something like this. Then minus root 3 or root 3 minus 2 root 2. This is our final answer for that question. Yeah. So this is everything. Anybody that wants to snap it. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. We finally finished the topic sword. So guys, like, share, comment and ask questions. I will solve it in our comment section. Please let me like and view it. Thank you.